It's a short little monologue, hopefully, but you never know once I get going. Here we go. It's Japanese today. The Roku Jin, which I know means 6. Jin Nana Hachi Kyuju Roku. Number 6 from Japan. I think it's the 6 herbs they use. Oh, yeah. As expected, Japanese technology. And usually, like these bottles of gin, have like British bottles of gin, like exotic herbs from around the world. I was like, I don't think Japan goes sailing around the world. I wonder what kind of. Oh, it's all Japanese. Keep to themselves. So I'm drinking all the gin because I don't like them. I'm not a fan of Japan at the moment. Yeah, so I was telling my little brother or my little nephew, there's no such thing as good guys and bad guys. Everybody's just in it for themselves. There's some sort of personal motivation. Everybody's just in it for themselves, aren't they? Batman, whiny little rich kid had his parents killed. He wouldn't be going out fighting crime at night, investing out some time if mommy and daddy were still at home. So he's just going out to satisfy his own trauma and his own loss by kicking the shit out and ripping arms off criminals and not killing them, because it would be a contradiction to being a murderous criminal. But he wouldn't care. So he's just doing what's in his own interest. I'm having a hard time putting this down. So yeah, I break Donald Trump's balls, but I'm going to give Donald Trump some advice anyway. For some reason, I don't know if this is a good idea. The EU turned around recently and said, "Oh, you cannot stop this war, Donald. This is a war between Ukraine and Russia that's happening in Europe. You can't just come along and say Ukraine are the only people who can stop this fight and sign a contract that say this war is over." No, that's just, they really got to get little sneaky technicalities. I did not have sex with that woman, because oral sex is not really a type of sex. It's called fallacy, a mistake. So there, everybody's good at lying. Especially you need to tell the truth when you're lying. I heard you won, the American one, this big black lady, sorry, not to be in New York City or whatever it is, going on saying, Ukraine never built weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, America were doing it in Ukraine. Ukraine never did. Yeah, no, your foreign buddies were doing it in Ukraine. And America has never funded any. And she was telling the truth, but she was still at the same time omitting the actual truth, just with this fucking rhetoric. So now, 2 travelers are in a bar, and they got some old tension, brother. Oh, my old friend. Oh, it's so good to see you. And all their families are there. And they start kicking the shit out of each other in your bar. Now, there's like very Irishy things like, oh, you have to let them work it out between them, man. Step back, just let them work it out between. Don't get involved, man. That's what the EU are technically saying. Oh, you have to let them just work it out. It's like, no. Ukraine is like a global affair. Any war is a global affair. It's going to have global consequences. Especially because America got so invested in it in the first place. And they're going to fucking lose a lot of money. And Donald Trump is just tired of losing money on the meat grinder. And it's not going anywhere. Donald knows when an investment is going somewhere. He just wants to pull the plug on the Biden's investment. And it was a very short-sighted investment. Biden's like, I just want to weaken Russia. Like, you just said it. It's not with other people's children. Very nice. Because he was so caring for the children of Ukraine. So yeah, like these traveller families. One family is called Russia and the other is Ukraine. And they used to be, very, anyway. You have right as a bartender to tell them all to fuck off and get out of my pub. So they're not fighting in your pub, alright? But I'm just saying, you have the right as a police officer to come in and shut them all up and drag them out. You kind of there are parties, third person parties that can actually supervene and intervene on matters when there's other greater consequences, like the well-being of everybody else in the pub, property of the pub itself, what these drunken assholes are going to do to one another. A&E is going to be full of these guys. I'd rather keep them out of the A&E, to be honest, not even for any reason. But anyway, you're allowed to actually step in. It's Ursula or Hertz or Mertz or whatever. I was like, no, this is on Ukraine's terms. Like, yeah, no, fuck that, don't care. Yeah, don't care. You're allowed to step in and do shit and grab them both by the scruff of the necks like puppy dogs. It's like no more scrapping puppy dogs. I think you're totally allowed to do that kind of shit. And then they'll just be at it. They won't stop. Like if you let two traveller families fighting each other, it's hard to kill a person. They'll be there. They'll be there for like 2 days, man, just kicking the shit out of each other. Give them their points there. I'm going back in. And that is what's happening. And they won't stop. They hate each other. Hate each other with a passion. Even Trump said they absolutely hate each other. So there's no stop. They're liking it. They're loving it. So you have a right to stand in, and especially if they start dragging in fucking European kids into their fucking war for Zelensky and Ukraine and Putin, and they're all dogmatic monsters. And then you're going to, Poland have no bother at all giving it to the Russian army like they did it once before. They're the only people that had ever gave it to the Russian army, and, they're kind of pumped about it. I don't think any French students are going to go fight for Zelensky. I'm fucking not going. I do semi have a death wish in life. It's not gonna go fucking die in a Russian meat grinder. So yeah, you kind of do have a right to step in and stop things. And fuck Hertz and fuck Ursula, Mertz or Hertz, and fuck them all, and fuck your ma, and fuck your face. Sorry, I've been watching loads of, as I said, British gangster movies lately. And it really helps. I love all that shit. Vinnie Jones. Just the way they eloquently and very over-exaggeratedly, poetically put stuff in their place. And then they just did it because I was like so pumped up on it today. Some kid is on his bike and he's turning around, but they're all on their bikes, you know what I mean, ripping around their helmets, thinking they're deadly. And he's like, "You're in my way." I was like, "Actually, you're not allowed to cycle on the path." I know because I'm a skateboarder and I know about all the public bylaws and transport. You're not allowed to be on these paths whatsoever. So you can make like my dad told me. I know, yeah. You can do what my dad told me and you can go play in the fucking traffic. And I just kind of left it like that. I was like, "Actually, no, I'm not in your way. You're in my fucking way because you're not allowed to be on these paths on your bike. So you can go play in the traffic like my old man told me." Which worked out great. You just got to put it in a neat bow in a box. And you shrink. And it's the same fucking kids as well. They were on a bus one day. And I got them so good. I actually went, there's 3 of them. And they surrounded me on the bus. And they started poking at me and asking me stupid questions and very underhanded bullying. And they happened to cut this fucker before doing these bullying disabled kids. A disabled couple on a bus. And he's getting a bit of kick and rise out of that, slagging them. "And do you hold hands? Do you kiss?" And he's like, "No, I only kiss my mum." I was like, "Oh, you only kiss your mum?" And they're just loving it. It's like I was about to get up and chop these little fucking pompous heads off. But you can't, you know what I mean? They can't fart in public. And kill kids and hit kids, and they get more in trouble for smacking the shit out of good sense into some kid. And he did the exact same thing to me because I reported him to his principal and he found out who did it. And he tried to do the same thing to me. He's like, "I've already reported you to your principal and the Gardaí Síochána for passive-aggressive bullying on buses. And you're doing it again." Jeez. And he just stopped and he shrank. And his bollocks. And his 2 little balls shrank as well. And they both fucked off in their little fucking crotch sack and had a little fucking talkie. I'm like, bollocks, oh fuck. Sat there giggling to myself. I can't remember what he said. Oh yeah, he tried to tell me his name was Reese. I was like, "Your name isn't Reese, your name is Luke. Your friend just said it there. Your little boyfriend just said it there 2 minutes ago." And I'm not stupid, I'd be listening now for those little details. What school did you go to? Who did you grow up to? What's your fucking name? I was like, "Your name is Luke. Actually, your friend just said it there 2 seconds ago." And I was getting off the bus. I really want to say, it's like, "Thank you. Really, thank you for making me feel like Vinnie Jones from Snatch. Now, you 2 little fucking hairy little prepubescent fucking bollocks are curling up with you now, haven't you? You're having a little fucking discussion on the other side of the bus." Yeah. I'm taking shit. I was saying, yeah, Trump, yeah, go invade Europe. Here's an idea. Donald Trump, right, just going to say, I knew this would turn into a random monologue of absolute fucking montage of crap. Donald Trump claims to be stopping wars all over the world. America have about 12 proxy wars going on at the moment. You wouldn't know where they are. You probably even never heard of them. He's invading Venezuela. He's getting Japan to invade Taiwan. He's still in proxy war with Ukraine. Gaza has been genocidally leveled. There's a second wave of war now that Bibi can suddenly afford because the French crown jewels got robbed. And who's good with diamonds? And he's going to fund another genocidal fucking terror now I don't know where that's gonna go. Syria, Lebanon, even that's couldn't tell you. He bombed Iran. It's just like, how can he get away with that? Isn't it like international terrorism? I don't care if nobody likes Iran and everybody is envious of Iran. But it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna send some bombers out and bomb the shit out of your country. It's like, isn't that international crime? Like, is that not a crime? International terrorism. I don't care if it suits everybody. Still, you can't just go out there and bomb the shit out of Iran. Yeah. Even Biden said, well, he's a killer about Putin. And he comes out on TV then a few months later, like, today the American army executed a military strike and tried to kill the Ayatollah or some sort of loads of fucking really top end Iranians. And that's not, he's a killer. I don't know. He did not have sexual relations with that woman. So they all have tranny wives. You know what I mean? So you can't covet their wives. And then you're a faggot. Russia even said that Milena's got some balls. Milena went to Russia. Or something like that. Russia or Ukraine. Maybe Trump's like, send the wife. Maybe I'll lose it. Test the decency of the Russians. But I heard Milena actually went to Russia for talks. And then she came back home and like, yeah, your wife's got more balls than you. They like my wife. Yeah, don't know. Breaking Donald Trump's ball. But then again, I'm really giving you power to stop the Ukraine anymore. It's probably just causing you money, isn't it? You don't even want to weaken Russia. I say, fuck it, I don't want to work with Russia. They did really well. I would rather work with Russia. But yeah, fuck Merz, fuck Ursula. No, you can totally step in, and it's a global event. It's a global ramifications. Ukraine don't have the absolute and full authority. And it's like, well, no, only these two traveller families can stop the feud. It's like, yeah, well, stick them both in prison, separate prisons, and then it's over. Lots of things, lots and lots of things. Step in, be a random bystander, and just pull out a fucking minigun like in that other lock stock into, and just blow the whole pub away. It's like, yeah. Fucking interrupting my point. I was trying to watch the fucking match. Turns around, his football team has won. See, he said in Lockstock that his team had won 4-0, but he wouldn't be really watching enthusiastic to the very end of the match, would he, if it was 4-0? If it was his team had won 1-0. Yeah, fucking right. Stay to the very end. If you're 4-0, you'll probably be off. Having a nice snow. You use language like that again, and you'll wish you hadn't. So simple. You'll wish you hadn't, son. Fuck me, you got a lot of money. Hey, watch your language. Beating the shit out of someone and robbing them. You watch your language. I raised you right. Ding, 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 ding. Nah, that bunch of puffs got a fucking air rifle. It's me. But I don't have any friends. Growing copious amounts of ganja. If I did grow copious amounts of ganja, I'd give it away for free. Moving to Colorado, baby. Going to Colorado, aching in my heart. It's next door to California. I'll make my way over the mountains. Somebody say the burns and the fires and the burns. I might actually hop on the fucking Olympic bandwagon and get to go over to California and then just turn alien. That sounds like a good idea. I'm supposed to go to the west of West. I'm a burning prophet in Ireland, and I'm supposed to be sent like in Spansel Hill to the west, which is California. Conveniently for me. And then I can get to hang out with Powell Peralta. And even if they don't like me and they find me a bit buggy, I'll just pay Stacy. Fucking loaded. Give me money. Not a lot of those boys get paid at all for the amount of work and effort they do. They just do it because they love to do it. And they get some skateboards so they can keep doing it. It's Swiss bearings. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck saying. It's a random fucking mumbly monologue. I'm gonna have a fucking bomb. My dreads are falling off. Get to these little. I know you feel the pain. You just keep them for so long, and then they just plop off. Dreadlocks keep falling off my head. Anyway, yeah, let's stop Ukraine. Yeah, step in there, and you're allowed to kick ass. Yeah. I don't know. I think America are the world police, coming around to tell everybody else what to do. Oh, they're like the youngest country in the world. And still don't mind coming around telling. Well, maybe everybody else is too antiquated. And maybe the new bold and bright vision of America with their AI and those mightn't be too half bad with all your antiquated, kitty buggering countries. I have a friend, well, he's a friend, Max Rover. He's a German kid, and he's cycling through Afghanistan. And here we are, another day in Afghanistan. I met with the Taliban earlier. They were very nice. There's so many places in the middle of Afghanistan where like brothels, and he didn't notice. And there's like little kids in red dresses out in the front. And he just like, salam, cycling by. He's like, oh, it's so bad. And yes, and I stopped and talked again with some people. They were taking photos and listening to music, which is illegal in Afghanistan. And I was like, John Lennon just awoke inside me. Like, if music is illegal in Afghanistan, I'd be sending balloons over like North Korea, dropping like the fucking Beach Boys and Elvis and stuff out of fucking balloons for everybody. iPods, those outdated iPods, I'd get loads of those. Some storehouse somewhere, fill them all for like Beatles and Lana Del Rey's a bit moody for the fucking Afghanis. Some country music, maybe some, I don't know, some global traditional music. There's music from Ireland and trad music from, send them. I reckon they really like some classical music. I reckon their souls would be heavily deprived of the beauty of some nice symphonies and orchestras and some nice stuff. They might like that. I got so weird. It's like music is illegal in Afghanistan. Anyway, he's in Africa now. And here I am, cycling through the Sahara Desert. German fucking... What's it called? Endurance. But the Algerian police are making it very difficult for me. Yeah, he didn't really cycle across Algeria. He just basically got a lift off the police every step of the way across Algeria. I stumbled upon some cool caves though in Afghanistan. I wouldn't like to take a break and get off the wandering track, but he discovered some weird caves. They looked really freaking sacred and ancient. What did I say about Max? Can't freaking remember now. Here I am in Afghanistan. No, bomb crashed this entire fucking video. It wasn't up to much of a I had one thing to say. I was like, how do I fucking string it? A 17 video, I had just one thing to say. Well, you can intervene in traveller fights. Well, you're fucking brave enough to. So, get the women, stop fighting, stop your fighting. And you're never going to hit a traveller woman. Which is actually weird, because I had a fucking gypsy friend from Bray, and he had a traveller girlfriend. He had a traveller royalty, and he smacked her a few times. I was like, how do you survive? I saw it once, and it's like so sick, and it's like never seen a girl been hit before in my life. He got me killed, actually, because he had a little hissy fit. He has diabetes or something, so he's very grumpy all the time. But yeah, he never hit a traveller woman, and for that reason, traveller women usually always have all of the man's money. There's no bank accounts. All of the man's money in her bra, as it's the last fucking place on earth that any intelligent person would even ever fucking go through without getting your head chopped off you. So yeah, no, well, not explicitly in her bras. I don't know, but women keep all the cash. Because you're not going to go near his fucking wife, are you? You could rob him, probably. Yeah, but you're not going to fucking touch any traveller woman, man. And you'd probably be cursed as well or something. They're lovely people. They're very patient, tough, and fucking caring and understanding. Loads of traveller girls in my life. They're always so nice. Yeah, I'm not going to into it. Coming in next door. I was like, do you need some fucking frozen food, lads? I got loads there. Do you just want some fucking chicken nuggets? Want some fucking chips? There you go, lads. Got loads of frozen food there. Nice one. Cheers. Mary. Yeah, okay, I can't remember. Trump, invade Europe. Yeah, to say it's like, well, it's on the European continent. Oh, we'll just change the name of Europe. So Trump is great at doing this. Well, let's change the name of Europe to Donald Trump's new battlefield. You know what you could do? Just invade Ukraine. Is it like counterintuitive and thinking, just crush Zelensky? It's like, actually, we're going to work with Russia and we're going to destroy you. Nah, he was crying, wasn't he? Poor Zelensky. Anyway, I had a weird solution, and I thought it just Zelensky was crazy that he was happy about it. Just give everything east of the Dnipro, mostly, not the north. Leave the north a bit, but they definitely want Dnipro, the river that divides Ukraine, big river divides Ukraine. They want that down to the sea. No, they already have ocean access, but for some reason it kind of makes sense that they'd want a massive chunk out of eastern Ukraine, southeastern Ukraine, all that Crimea, and all that ocean access. And I think there's going to be loads of pirates of the fucking Caribbean between Russians and Ukrainians. Then you just put a Georgian colony in between them. I think I might have already said this. Get like a Georgian colony, someone that's kind of all right with both of them, and just build a new little Georgian colony in between them. And I was like, they're Georgian, they're okay. And it won't be like borderline hatred. Yeah, give the entire Dnipro River to Georgia, and just everything east. I'm stupid. I'm too stupidly idealistic. But it's a good way to pay for Russia's war effort. Ukraine still have their shit. They're not going to be dead and wiped out. The aggressor an aggressor. I don't know. That's a real way of looking at it. He's going to take all of Ukraine, is he? Maybe they do have a plan to take all of Ukraine. I don't think they want to take all of Ukraine. I think strategically they just need access to that sea, that ocean. They do from around the other side of Crimea. But they want, or need, definitely access down south there. And that's how, like, Russia were going to cut Ukraine. That's why it is a global deal, because Russia were going to cut off Ukraine's grain, all the farms in Ukraine, all your Kellogg's, all your grain, and a shit ton of it, massive ton of it comes from Ukraine. I even explained the flag. And Zelensky used it. My poetry the next day, their flag is the blue sky and golden field. Because when you go to Ukraine, most of the time, all you'll see in Ukraine is big golden fields of crop and a big golden blue sky. That's why their flag is a big golden field and a big blue golden sky. Because that's all you fucking see in Ukraine is vast, 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 vast fields of world's grain supply. Putin could have had the ability to cut that off from the world. Where Putin's like, no, that's not part of our special operation. Starving the world, causing a famine. It would have caused a famine. Big time. But Putin, Putin said, no, that's not part of the mission, the special military operation objective, or operation. It's not one of our objectives to starve Europe by cutting off the Ukrainian grain. And loads of Russian soldiers are pissed off at Putin. I was like, what the fuck? They must be working. You can't do that. We choked them to death. That's all. I killed them. You choked them. But yeah, that's nice of Putin, wasn't it? It's not our objective to starve Europe. But he very easily could have starved Europe by cutting off Ukrainian grain. Wouldn't do it for all the farms in Cuba. Okay, I gotta go. Don't miss me. I got like 2 or 3 videos, and they're probably like a social worker that needs to keep me monitored and a police officer. Hi, sirs. Hi, Saoirse. Hi, on guard, Connor. And that's about it. 1 or 2 psychiatric doctors, and that's about it. People that view my videos. Hi, Saoirse. Saoirse, I might be turning 40 soon. If you want to get married, all about that. Totally happy. Like one of the most beautiful ladies I've ever seen in my life make an honest man out of me. Or young man. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not going to wear. Hi, sirs. Just saying, if you hit 40 or something like that, with the Bichon Frise or whatever the dog you got, pour all your love out, suddenly dies. I didn't do it, Circa. I said, Circa, your dog's dead. Oh, let me give you a hug. I'm not that twisted. No, I'm not, sorry. Especially because she's looking into me because there's a conspiracy that I'm some serial killing monster. So I better not talk about killing her Bichon Frise or something crazy expensive dog she got. She's not married. Anyway, Circa. What else if you'd like to get married? I won't be cutting the hair. I probably won't be smoking pot. Probably won't be stopping drinking the gin. Other than that, I'm all yours, sirs. Most beautiful ladies I've ever seen. I thought she was an angel for a while. I had to be really like snide and blunt with her because I didn't want to. You know what I mean? They send out these little pretty angels to you, and it's like, Oh, John, tell me all your problems. Like, fuck you. I'm not telling you anything. It's just like, I know you have the pretty frontline face. I know you didn't, and you probably do care. But at the same time, the rich fucking filthy Jews that run this place are just trying to fucking butter me up. So, sorry, sir. Psychiatric hospitals are run by Jews. Entirely run by Jews, and they take your Christian kids and stick needles in them and then covet their minds and harvest their ovaries forever. That's what was supposed to be stopped in World War II. That's what you see in the Rammstein videos. All the guys leaving the fucking psychiatric fucking kips. And it's a big thing. You don't get that much in Germany anymore. It's a bit more fucking humane. But yeah, post-war legislation, you still get all your Jews running psychiatric clinics or doctors, and they're dragging their kids off street if they're important or special. And they're sticking needles in them forcibly under the Mental Health Commission, under the Mental Health Act. And they're just exploiting and harvesting. Yep, there was a man with a mustache that tried to stop all this. Exploiting the Christian babies, exploiting the Aryan children. Magdalene Laundries can burn Hitler. Yeah, Hitler was like, stop abusing Aryan and Christian kids. Harvesting, disappearing, holocausting, coveting, running scientific experiments on them, you know what I mean? Testing them, studying them. These are all the things that Hitler was blamed for in the end, because he had no voice to speak. And all the weird atrocities that Hitler was drawing attention to, they just put them on Hitler. He was a big family guy. A really big family guy. He's not into experimenting. I think most of the people in the actual death camps were clones. So they didn't get treated with too much humanity, although they did have brains and hearts and minds and ears and eyes and felt pain. But I think there was something going on that they were cleaning up all the clones. All the clones in the world. Yeah, clone theory. I'm not going to get into that now. 47%. Half the world is cloned. Have you ever been to Würzburg in Germany? A strange little silent town. I can't remember the real name of it. You ever been to these islands off the coast of Australia? Do you like to eat meat? I can tell you it's a really long and slow, painful process trying to make cows have sex, grow them, feed them, just so you can kill them and get some meat. All clones. Absolutely, they're all cloned animals you're eating. I don't know if that's going to be very good for you. In the end, things like where cancer comes from or something. They're all cloned. All cloned beef, cloned farms. Yeah. Remember Dolly the sheep? Anyone remember Dolly? 1960s Ireland, and they brought Dolly around to make it say, oh yeah, we definitely want the Irish to think it's okay to be cloning. Yes, Dolly, the very first thing. Listen, Dolly the sheep was not the very first clone thing on this earth. I can fucking assure you that 1100s have been cloned. Sodomistic, taking sperm out of fucking things and putting them in other things. So yeah, no, invade Europe. Take Ireland. I said it to Putin. Just take Ireland. No, they're not NATO protected. Even Trump said NATO. No, it's I just be like, I used to like playing Risk. It's just very much on a board, piece of cardboard. Like, fuck that, I'm invading Ireland. Yeah, it's like Trump's invading everywhere. Yeah, let's invade Ireland. We must capitulate immediately or you'll face the Russian army. Waving our little white flags or something. No bother, yeah. And you could easily keep Starmer under control. Just like Ukraine, you lobby an independent country. America lobbied an independent country, Ukraine, right next in a position of proximity, of very strategic importance. Do the same. That's what Trump's doing. If they can do that, well, I'll do that. Well, if they're allowed to do it, we can do it. Very mature politics. Well, if they can do it, I can do it. Yeah, that's really mature. But at the same time, it's like, fucking go lobby some independent countries. And everybody's lobbying Africa. There's world wars on the way. I want African slaves to fight for them. Because I won't stand much of a chance against a gigantic African man. Even with my little fucking pea shooter. I just use a fucking air rifle. Look, we're just a couple of fucking college kids growing weed, So yeah, take Ireland. Putin. Independent country. Lobbyists. Ireland, like any other independent country, are such sluts. You'll find them bending over and oiled up before you even get to the country. They'll have it. Them greased patties and balls. The IRA are loving Florida. That's why I want Russian gentrification. Get rid of all the Americans. Seriously, I want to get rid of all the Americans and Euro trash out of Ireland. So it's like, yeah, Putin, just take Ireland and get rid of them all. That'd be great. And then I'd be like living in a Russian world. I was like, oh shit, they hate everybody. They won't like me anyway. My wonderful feminine looks. You know, men are men. Kids are kids. Oh no, you know, say men are men, women are women, but kids are, in Russia, dressed up like little aeroplanes and tanks. Yeah. I identify as a T90. Yeah, that's really healthy. You don't identify as a boy or a girl, but you have kids identifying as a T. No, you're not a T90. That's an American tank. Is it? T90 is American? As Abrams, maybe, but I don't know. T90. No. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with identity. We have children thinking they're Abrams tanks. Where is this coming from? You're good. Russian tanks and Russian planes. No F-16s. You know, you're not identifying as an F-16. You are Russian. You identify with the FU super flanker. Yeah. Kids dressed as tanks and planes. Well, you know, running around there like Nazi fucking parades in Russia. But you can't consider yourself a girl, or a boy consider herself a boy, or a boy consider herself a girl. But you can consider yourself a fucking battle tank or a warplane. Well, this is perfectly healthy for the children. That's something ontologically and, like, you know, physiologically and biologically and rooted in a person that, like you might be left-handed, you might be right-handed, you might be a bit more of a girl than a boy, you might be a bit more of, I know loads of women that are so fucking, they love fighting and fucking. It's like, that's testosterone. You're like, you sound like a man. It's like, well, they're my two favourite things, fighting and fucking. I was like, yeah, well, you're a tranny. You are actually a tranny. And she doesn't wear dresses. She always wears trousers. She feels stupid in a dress. I was like, yeah, you're a tranny then. You only wear like tough boy clothes. You like fighting. You like fucking. It's like, yeah, you're a tranny. She's not like the worst looking woman. She used to be. You know, I'm not gonna say because she's a fucking Jew is what she is. We used to be best friends. Best friends for 20 years. And she called me a bad name. And ever since then, I've gone all. Oh. And she's a Canadian Jew. I was like, yeah, stay the fuck away from me. Filthy fucking Jews. That didn't matter. Oh, are you offended the fact that I called Jews filthy? I'll go support Bibi and his genocide. Yeah, I'll go support the death camps in Europe. They were all run by wealthy Jews. I'll support all the horror, abduction, torture. Is this what happens when you don't raise your kids Christian? Jesus changes your mind. Jesus enlightens your mind. Jesus makes you a nice person. These people are never taken into that. I have no idea how twisted they are. How twisted we might be if we didn't take into Christianity. But they are absolutely sadistic, twisted, hateful, monstrous things that I wouldn't tell you. I have trouble most of the days these days keeping the no food in my stomach, and keeping the gin and tonic in my stomach, gagging and retching about how horrible things they do. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I already ended this video a few times. Oh no, it's even more half an hour. Isolation. I wonder, could I do that? See, I'm actually doing them. Synthesis to synthesis to synthesis to synthesis to synthesis. Talk for hours. Like that guy Giles from England. And he talked for 2 days. I got a phone call coming through. It's my old homeless friend from Bray. I'm going to take this because I'm missing to worry about him. He's in town. Right, bye.